Alright, Groundhog here, showing a video about what goes on in the 1300 MMR, just for fun. And this is the moonwalking Vulcan strategy, which I hate. I don't like it, but I just wanted to show it because people talk about it a bit. And I'm on the bottom, Groundhog, and the opponent's up here, and he's got these two Vulcans, right? And basically he moonwalks them, and they firebomb the field, and all the chaff funnel into the center here, and they basically doesn't have to deal with chaff. I mean, that's basically his chaff clear. And one of the counters to this is like, oh, you can get, sledges, arc lights, just different medium-sized units that have armor, and they don't get damaged in the fire. Of course, he's got an answer to that. He's got level 2 scorpions, a lot of them, just enough to kill any medium units that would come along. Yeah, he's got ground covered pretty well. I mean, he's got a couple high leveled overlords with items. So I have no idea how to beat this. That's not what this video is about. I just want to show some stuff I'm up against. But I will show a video after this where I do beat a player who's doing something kind of similar, which is basically to set everything on fire meta and use overlords to fly over it. I will show that after this last round 9 here. So yeah, I'm just doing what I can. Hey, get this unit drop, put some rhinos here. I don't know. I'm kind of behind on this whole game. I sold all my sledges because when I saw him going all this, I'm like, these sledges are now pointless. So I really don't have an HP wall for my overlords. But I'm gonna go for a play here. I'm gonna see if I can get this this tower here. And so you can see he's putting the shield down to block the missiles so that they don't move slowly. But I'm gonna show you a replay after this where I did better against the moonwalking cheese, and yeah, maybe we'll learn something in that one. We're not gonna learn anything here other than I don't know how to play against this. Well, that guy was kind of close, did some damage. But yeah, his comp is just, I don't know. I just play to have fun. I get the coolest looking units and I throw them in there, just kind of play with them. So yeah, I did not win this one. Just skip this. But I will show you the one that I did better, and we'll try to learn from it a bit, because I think people have been asking a lot about what can I do against it, against the firebombs, Vulcans. And this one goes on for 12 rounds, so it went on for a while. I'm going to try to get through it quickly. I think I picked Elite, because I typically just pick things that have sledgehammers in them. Okay, we'll just skip this and get through it quickly. See, I'm on the bottom, opponent on the top. We're really probably not going to spend too much time on the early part of the game, because I just want to get to the fire. But we will see how the game starts off. So it's like a standard. Real quick, I put my sledges back again a bit so that when I do mech rage, or if I do mech rage, they don't drive too far past the fangs. But yeah, we'll just this round 1's probably not that important because we're gonna get through 12 rounds here. Alright. Oh yeah, he picks mass-produced Overlord. That's basically, he's got a plan once he picked that. You know, when you're playing this game, always check what people get, because you kind of just know they're gonna base their entire army around what they're getting. So counters to that and counters to whatever's to support that. I don't notice that yet. I didn't look at that in this match, but I eventually figure it out. I think I start to figure it out once I see this round 2 start and I see him getting Stormcallers. I kind of just get this feeling that he's going to go with the much common, you know, cover the ground with lots of missile salvos and maybe fire too, and just basically destroy everything on the ground kind of gameplay. And you see I've got Fang, so maybe he thinks I'm going to go carry Fang. Alright, we'll just go to the next round. Yeah, I think he picks Vulcan, so he's seeing it all line up. He's like, I've got mass-produced Overlords. I've got my Stormcallers that he didn't get a drop. He bought those, only like 50, and to unlock. And you know, he sees Vulcan. He's like, oh yes, great. I got Fire Badger. I don't know, maybe because it was level 3. Yeah, it gives me more of an HP wall. Build out my of course, you know, in hindsight, all this gets counted pretty hard by Scorpion, so I probably shouldn't have picked that. Probably should have picked Vulcan. I never pick him. He's already got the firebomb. So once I saw the firebomb, I think I started to figure out that he was going to go cover the ground on fire and probably pick Overlords. So one of the counters to this fire is that it does like, I think 70 damage per tick, and just getting one, anything with armor, just it does no damage to it, to the unit. This is not important to look. We're just gonna skip through that. He's already got it to level 2. Another one. Another Vulcan. I think I wasn't really aware yet that the armor was that effective against the Incendiary. I thought that it was percent based and not like tick damage based, so I just kind of slipped my mind to get it, I think. And of course there were other strategies too. This has got like 180 meters, which probably goes out to like right about here. My army comes in from the left and the right. If I had just like one unit here, and especially if I like mobile beaconed it around, the fire bombs would hit here, and then my guys don't drive through them. So there's a lot of different strategies. Shields obviously are important too. Yeah, we'll just get around 5. Yeah, amplifying core. So that's what a lot of people like to do, is get these guys really high leveled and put items on them to make them even stronger. I guess I got the range on the marksmen so that they don't stand in the fire. Oh, right, I started getting marksman, right, so I'm kind of skipping through this quickly. I started going marksman maybe 1 or 2 rounds ago once I realized that he was going to get the overlords, so just to have this ready. Marksmen are not going to be that great later in the game, but you can get them early on. They're cheap. It's a good idea to have them. It's a good idea to have multiple units. You don't want just one unit to, say, counter his overlords. Yeah, again, if I had known better, I would have not put those... I should have sold those fangs so that they don't fire up this area. Yeah. Sold them and put something in the middle. And I should have given these guys armor. Yep, that's an important unit drop. We'll do that. It's a round 6 unit drop. You know what? Let's just not do it. I don't care. So I got these steel balls to try to... because they're level 3, so I figured that's kind of good. To try to counter these. But, you know, he's leveling them up and he's giving them these items. It never worked out. I eventually sold them. So he's already getting... so he's going... oh, right, because I've got marksman, so he's going to get mothership. But, of course, that's why you don't want just one counter to... yeah. But I'm still getting more marksmen just because they're cheap. They fit into the budget. And I'm playing elite spec, so to me the units cost more. It's not that easy just to go and pivot to a new unit. Elite spec is just harder to play like that. So by now I noticed that he's got mothership, so I'm probably going to try to do something about that, besides obviously marksmen. And these guys, I don't think they ever did any damage at all. It's like they just keep running in and dying, so I eventually sell them. So now he's like doubling down with the sticky oil bomb and the incinerate bomb. Getting his mass overlord strategy going. I'm getting some... yeah, right. So I'm getting some Mustangs to deal with the wasp that are coming out of here. And I'm giving them aerial spec. It's kind of interesting that he missiles this. Those were good firebomb locations. I guess he just had extra money left over. Oh, those are my missiles. I'm tired. So unfortunately, the Mustangs just drive right into the fire and die. Yeah, it's level 4. It's kind of good. Yeah, that'll work. And yeah, he tries to use this Sabertooth. It's so high leveled as basically a meat shield, a tank. Right, so he's gonna give it this. I think he just mobile beacons it around. Oh, so I get more stangs, but I put them further out, so maybe they don't run into the fire. And now I'm trying to counter the fire, and by round 8 you've got more budget, a lot more budget. You should be using these deployables. But it's just so silly. I should have gotten some armor for these guys at some point. Yeah, so the stangs stay alive enough to do something. But it's really just a marksman holding out for a while and winning. So yeah, obviously I want the barrier. I think he got personal shield. Yeah, he got the personal shield and put it on the a portable shield and put it on that. And I got the barrier because I want some protection against fire. So I think I make a pivot at some point to Vulcan. I mean, not Vulcan, to Fortress. Or no. So first I go with Melter, and I get that portable shield. And I basically just snipe this guy on here. Because that's what we saw in the last game too. It just seems very common for people to do this kind of defensive, put your guys way back here and have a couple Vulcans up front. And to mobile beacon stuff around here. He's not moonwalking his Vulcans, but he's trying to, I don't know, basically draw this into the orbital strike and get these guys in front of the Vulcan fire basically and draw them into it. So it's kind of the same thing by proxy. Yay, look at that, it locked right on. Oh, I've got two of them, nice. And of course this is like a natural counter. I mean, he's got giants mostly. Although the Stormcallers counter it, and they kind of counter the marksman. So it kind of makes sense for his comp to have this in it. Alright, so there I made the pivot to fortresses. Yep. So yeah, my goal is to get fortresses. I go right to it. I get the barrier. We're around 10, so we got a decent amount of money coming in. And fortresses are just really strong. And of course, you know, they've got the anti-air barrage too. Nice. So what happened here is that that little barrier pushed the fire out, and now the stings don't run into it and die immediately. They're actually killing some of not the wasps that come out of there. So eventually, the fire spam gets less and less effective as the fight goes on, because you can afford shields, and so like Stormcallers fire, that stuff is strong mid to mid late game. But if you can get past that, then you should eventually be able to win, as a power level, the power spike of that falls off of their fire. It looks like he put EMP on his Stormcallers. He's got in range. Probably to keep him further away from the marksman. But he gave him range to these guys to keep him further away from the marksman. That makes sense. My marksmen keep getting levels. They're doing good. I stopped buying them a while ago. I'm going Fortress now. Giving them, I just gave my fortresses anti-air barrage. So I mean, that's just a premium package right there. Oh, he got siege mode acid attack to try to probably snipe out some of these giants, and it just seems to be his strategy, is to cover the ground in status effects that wouldn't affect the flying units or the units that are far back shooting. Look at that guy. Yep, so he's going to moonwalk his Vulcans here. The EMP hit him everywhere. He couldn't put shields in anywhere. I had plenty of shields. Shields are real strong. Also kind of interesting that the portable shield doesn't really count as a barrier, so he also got his tech disabled. All right, I beat the fire this time. Yep.